In today's episode of Relationship 911, Missy says that she participated in a threesome with her boyfriend and another girl. But when she woke up in the morning, they seemed to be continuing the previous night's activities. Now she's really jealous and doesn't know what to do. What should Missy do?
Okay, well, that's a really, really tough situation because when you enter into a threesome, all of a sudden the boundaries are different than a twosome. The monogamy, the commitment, the relationship, and its structure and its philosophy changes. So I think the very first thing to do, Missy, is to have a conversation with your boyfriend and ask, is that part of the reason he wanted to have the threesome, to have permission to be with another woman? Does he want an open relationship? Like, where has his experience or fantasies led him? Is he fulfilled in the relationship with just you? And was this a one-time occurrence, or is this a request that he's going to have continuing forward? And then you can make a really powerful choice inside of yourself. What are your values and what are your agreements? I think a relationship can absolutely stand a test like this, but you have to be aware that there's a responsibility to be taken, that when you engage in something like this, even if you were a little apprehensive about it, maybe you need to look at trusting your intuition and having a really clear dialogue and communication with your boyfriend.
You know, when we got this question, we're like, okay, so how are we going to address this one? So coming from our perspective, hypothetically speaking, of course, this is something that can be navigated. Really, anything in relationships can be navigated as long as you really do what Monika just talked about, which is we had an agreement, but maybe you didn't have as clear of an agreement as you thought you did. Like when
maybe there was no agreement.
Or maybe there was no agreement. When you opened up the door to this extra person in your bed, then you potentially opened up your door to other things. And if they were never discussed, then that leaves it wide open and you could be really upset, or you could maybe not be upset because you never really talked about it. So like in so many of the things we talk about, this is a clarifying conversation, and it's really up to you to determine, is this something that you feel like they did to you? Was this breaking the trust? Or was this something that was a continuation? And how do you want to move forward?
Yeah, if you feel like this was an excuse, this was the way your boyfriend got what he wanted, well then that's a very straight conversation. If this is what you want, and I'm not aligned to it, I'm not open to an open relationship, then go, have a great time. I don't want to hold you back. And if it's something that he says, no, this was a one-time thing and I just got into it, well then maybe it was just fun and jest and you'll look back and laugh at it.
Fun and jest is interesting. And Missy, I understand like this could be pretty darn scarring. So I hope that you're able to make sure that you take care of yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself for any of the choices that you made. And I'm really interested, please comment, and when you take your next step, we would love to know what you choose to do and how it works out.
Yes, and for more assistance with anything in your relationships, click subscribe for more Relationship 911.